by far one of our favourite TV shows, and as we get ready to welcome Will and Grace back to our TV screens, have you ever found yourself wondering, is Will and Grace's apartment building real? Is Karen's mansion an actual place? Well, I'm going to take you on a tour of New York City and show you the Will and Grace locations in real life.
From, honey, what's this? What's happening? What's going on? To just Jack, then Jack 2000. Will and Grace has been a part of our lives from the moment our fave gay man and his best gal pal appeared on our TVs. We've laughed, we've cried, and we've been through more breakups with them than our own lives, really. On a recent trip to NYC, I tracked down the locations of some of the real-life landmarks from the show quicker than Jack moves on from one boyfriend to another.
Here we are at 155 Riverside Drive. Now, Will and Grace have lived here, Will and Grace and Jack have lived here, Will and Grace and Rosario, Will and Grace and Karen. To be honest, we would have loved to have lived here. This is Will and Grace's apartment building.
We all remember Will's apartment. It was impeccably decorated and suspiciously large for New York City, and it's also the location for some of the most memorable moments in Will and Grace history. Apartment 9C has seen Grace move out, move back in, and then move next door. It was the location of the exclusive Cafe Jacques that was open for a limited time and described by Karen as community housing. As for the location in real life, it's located on the Upper West Side, which is basically everything you want to see on a trip to New York.
It's the place where bottles of vodka were chilled out on the window, where Karen Walker barely did any work, and it's also the home of Grace Adler Designs. Welcome to the Puck Building.
Grace Adler Designs was the office we all wanted to work in, with big bright windows and piles of fabric samples strewn about every surface. We all dreamt of sitting with Karen for endless hours looking through her shopping bags. Looking at the outside of the building, not much has changed. It's recognisable by the golden cherub perched above the door, but it may surprise you to know that the bottom floor of the building is actually a cycle store.
So I'm standing on the corner of 73rd and Park Avenue, and inside this building you will find pants hoister, baker, pharmacist, backup pharmacist, cook, chef, maid, maybe even the one and only Karen Walker. I am standing right outside the Man's.
Who wouldn't have loved to have spent a night at the Man's? With so many staff to help you with your every request, Karen's apartment was a labyrinth of rooms, most of them liquor storage, because who can ever have too much liquor storage? If you're heading up to the Upper East Side to check out the building, there are a few things you need to know. The area is exactly how you'd imagine it. Lots of doormen making sure that everyone is behaving themselves, lines of school children with their own security guards, and money. Money everywhere. I'd recommend stopping into Central Park for a wander on your way up and just enjoy walking around the neighbourhood, appreciating how the super rich live. So we've covered where the stars of our fave show lived. How about where they shopped? If you're on your ultimate Will and Grace vacation, you may want to start your day off with a coffee and something totally delicious from Dean and DeLuca before heading off to shop up a storm at the Barney's sale before moving on to Bergdorf Goodman's or maybe even the sweater counter at Bloomingdale's. If you're in the US, the new season of Will and Grace will be airing on NBC Thursdays, and if you're in Australia, you can check it out exclusively on Stan from September 29.